Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm back again. I'm gonna do another little showcase here of some models that I've got done. I've finished all of my ramp models. This is the aft, and the fore is identical. It just faces this direction instead of aft. But that's what that'll look like. And then I'll show you the port starboard version here. Which is the same, it's just got different doorways because the side doors are different. But so that's that. And then I also, everybody's seen my glass hab. I went ahead and, or my glass crossway or cross passage. I've gone ahead and made another all-way cross passage that's solid instead of glass. And that's what that looks like. And then I've also made a port starboard and fore aft cross passage, or well, the fore aft is a cross spine, and then I also made a cross brace. So we'll first show the cross brace. There it is, and it's got big windows here on the sides, like a lot of my habs do. So there's that, and then the cross spine is the same, it's just fore to aft. So that's what that's going to look like. And then I also have something else that I want to ask for your guys' opinion. So none of these are in the game yet. I still have to get all of them into the game, and I do plan to have them all in the game by this weekend so that I can get my version 3 out. That said, getting the stuff into the game takes quite a bit of time. It's not just getting the models into the game. It's also, you know, doing the interior decorating, the lighting, the nav meshing, all of it, and it all takes time. That said, most of these, like the cross passages and the ramps, they're going to be fairly quick and simple. It's mostly just lighting and nav meshing. I don't really have any decorating to do in them, but I do still have to decorate my engineering hab, and I also have to decorate my cockpit, and that's what I'm getting to is I've read some of the comments, and there's some people that aren't huge fans of the ramps on the cockpit. It's going to take a minute here for it to load because it's a pretty big model. There it is. I've heard some people though say that they aren't fans of these, and that's understandable. So I have come up with an alternative. Technically, I've come up with two alternatives. I've got this version, which eliminates the ramps and adds a bottom connection into the cockpit. And the advantage that this version has is it's pretty flexible because it can have snap points, top and bottom, on both sides, as well as it obviously has the connection, the main connection to your ship that will allow entrance into the cockpit. And that'll make it pretty flexible for ship design. Whereas the ramp version, with only the single snap point underneath the center branch, it's a little bit less flexible, I guess, for ship design. So that's alternative one. And then I also have another alternative, which is more similar to the first version, but instead of having the ramps go down to the lower level, or to connect to the lower level, they actually go up. And the idea behind this alternative is that you could mount it, you know, on the bottom side of your ship. If you didn't want like a forward facing cockpit, having the ramps go up allows you to kind of underhang this cockpit. I'd probably have to remove like the antennas and stuff off of it for this version, but all I did was slight modification on the model to make these alternatives. So it was pretty simple to make the alternatives, but the reason why I'm showing you these, I'm not going to get all 3 of them into the game by this weekend. I'm probably only going to get 1 version in. I may eventually have all 3 versions in. Like there might be just like 3 different alternatives to the bridge that you can buy. But at least for now, I'm only going to get 1 version in. Probably by this weekend. I don't think I'm going to have time to decorate all 3 versions and also nav mesh and create the snap templates for and add the lighting and everything else involved with making them really good and usable for you for in-game. So since I'm probably not going to have time to get all 3 of them in the game, I'm going to put it to a vote. When you leave your comments on this video, if you want to have a say in which version gets into, or which version of these cockpits gets into the game by version 3 this weekend, just put ramp up for the version with the underhung one, ramp down for the original version that I came up with, or center connection if you prefer the one that doesn't have the ramps. I guess you could just do ramp up, ramp down, or no ramps. Those could be your the three things that you could leave that in your comment. And then in about 24 hours, tomorrow I'm going to focus on getting all of my ramps and new cross braces and CrossSpine and those things into the game, at least the models in that into the game. But tomorrow night I will read through the comments, and whichever one of these cockpits gets the most votes, I will get that model into the game, and then on it'll probably be Wednesday when I get that done, and then on Thursday through Saturday is when I'm going to be focusing on doing like the nav meshing and the lighting and the decorating and all of that stuff. So unfortunately, I just don't think I'm going to have time to decorate 3 separate cockpits and nav mesh 3 and get all the lighting. I just don't think I'm going to have time to get it all of them into the game. So not on top of all of the other things like the engineering bay that I still have to decorate and nav mesh and all of my ramps and everything that I have to get into the, I just, between now and Saturday, I'm probably, or now and Sunday, whenever I get version 3 out, I just don't think I'm going to have time to get them all. So I'm leaving it up to you guys. Let me know which one you would prefer see first. I'm not saying that the other 2 models won't ever get into the game. I'm probably eventually going to have all 3 models into the game. It's just not going to make it for version 3. So let me know which one you prefer, and I will focus on that one. Anyways, you guys have a great one, and I will see you in the next one.